Hi, it's Gill. This is Burkland Gardens. So I've gathered up the larches that I have. It's not a huge amount, but I've always liked larches. The they're a deciduous conifer. I think what I like is about them is the color that comes out in there. These are just starting to break bud now, and the needles are short and flat, and the color is a very light green, almost kind of a chartreuse, and and then later on, I've found that a lot of times they'll have a second flush. It'll come out light. Now these needles will darken up a little bit over time, and if they get a second flush of needles, they'll contrast the light and the dark, which is very, very interesting, to me. So these are mostly grafted cultivars. Some of them have twisted aspect to them. There's one called Varied Directions, another one called Sportsman's Recurve, another one called Diana, which can be a pretty, not a large tree, but a substantial tree, and all the branching is upward and twisting, spiraling, going upward. So, and then Max and I were just looking at a tree over here. I'm going to move over to this side. So along with the needles, we're getting some cones coming out here. These are the pollen cones, and the color on them, sort of a light purple, lavender type color. Now these aren't going to last for a long time, so these would pollinate any regular cones, female cones that might appear on the trees. So, which I'm not seeing. Oh, I'm seeing another one back here, Max, on this tree right here. So that one, then these are just appeared in the last day or so. They're fairly soft, and they'll disintegrate early, after a month or so of being here. So I've got a few Dawn redwoods in here as well. We've got a really interesting larch. I'm gonna go back to where I was. Got another little one here that's a flat growing one called pulley. You have to stake it to get any height to it, and you just would hold it up like that, put a stake in the ground, tie it off with green tape or whatever, and you have something that's a good material to tie off under your stake with. And or you can let it grow flat on the ground, become like a ground cover. I've lost track of the name of this one. I'm thinking it might be haverback, but it might be another one very similar, kind of a flat growing, interesting, lots of branching to it, low growing, shrubby like, probably becomes medium shrub like as far as size goes. So pretty interesting. So I do like the larches for the interest in the landscape, and so they're always a nice change in the landscape. Oh, I'm seeing some more different cones here. This color on these cones here, kind of more of a yellow color, kind of that one's just full of them. There's a few bulb cypress in here too, and a few Dawn redwoods. And as I've mentioned in other videos, one of my very favorite is Gold Rush, the Dawn redwood, metasequoia. So it's just an outstanding tree to have in the landscape. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and thanks for joining us and talk a little bit about larches, and we'll see you on the next video.